organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV.
Camera control, a new DOT policy making it harder to install those cameras that catch you speeding.
And the party goes on. The University of Iowa is named #1 party school by a second group this year. How UI officials are changing their alcohol strategy is next.
And in sports, we're talking some big-time Big Ten hoops in just a bit.
We have it all at the top of the hour. Daily Iowan TV starts now. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Muriel, Konne.
And I'm Reid, Chandler. Traffic cameras. Some of us like them and others just find them plain annoying. But as of Wednesday, they are now subject to state regulations. Daily Iowan TV's Jordan Mickle has the story.
The Iowa Department of Transportation's new regulation in regards to automatic traffic enforcement cameras is that they should be installed only as a last resort for safety issues. Director of the Iowa DOT, Paul Trombino III, said officials will work with communities who submit annual reports to make sure state highways are safe. He said, "We aren't looking to generate revenue, we're looking to improve safety." Senator Pam Yoakum of Dubuque, who is not in favor of the regulation, said in response, "Studies I have seen show most cities have placed traffic cameras in high crash locations or locations where a law enforcement officer or citizen could be injured if an actual officer were to attempt to stop a vehicle for a traffic violation." She also said, "We have to instill a certain level of trust in our communities to be good players when installing traffic cameras unless the evidence shows otherwise." In regards to the Iowa City area, Sergeant Vicki Lalla said this currently isn't an issue.
The city of Iowa City doesn't have traffic cameras, and there are no plans on the table to visit the issue of putting traffic cameras into place.
Lawmakers are expected to set statewide standards in the near future. Jordan Mickle, Daily Iowan TV.
And the UI has been voted top party school for the second time this year by a search engine, Cha-Cha. And school officials are working to bring that top ranking down. They're doing so by updating the alcohol harm reduction plan, by improving the advertising of the plan to encourage students to participate in alcohol reduction initiatives. Despite the university's efforts towards alcohol reduction, the percentage of students engaging in high-risk drinking in the past 2 weeks was about 59%, still exceeding the national average of 26 percentage points.
And Johnson County officials want to put an end to plastic bags. They hope to eventually phase out the plastic bags at retail stores through a 3-step process over the course of a 1-year period. A push for the ban in Iowa City failed toward the end of 2012. However, the group is looking toward regional support for success. If their plan works out, plastic bags will be slowly fading away, and we'll see more of those reusable canvas bags in stores.
Prostitutes at Cora Rich Mall, not something you hear every day. Philip Quilos from Fairfax is facing a prostitution charge after meeting with a police officer that he thought was a dancer in the bathroom of the mall. Quilos arranged to meet with the undercover cop to exchange sexual favors for gift cards, not something you see every day at the popular shopping center.
And the woman suspected of kidnapping a Wisconsin newborn and leaving him at a gas station is facing child endangerment charges. Iowa prosecutor and Cedar County attorney Jeffrey Renander filed the charge Thursday against Kristen R. Smith, who allegedly kidnapped her half-sister's newborn from a southern Wisconsin home. Smith was arrested last week in West Branch on an outstanding warrant, and the next day the police chief found baby Caden Powell in a storage crate outside a gas station in the freezing weather. No worries, the child was unharmed, and Wisconsin federal prosecutors have charged Smith with kidnapping, but she has not yet been taken into federal custody. Smith will remain at the county jail until further notice.
The Cosby Show and Good Times, 2 classics made by one filmmaker, Marlon Riggs. UI students, faculty, and staff gathered at the Linkwood Center today to watch Riggs' documentary, Color Adjustment. The film studied how the non-threatening format of primetime TV was used to incorporate racial conflict into network television. Marlon Riggs represents an iconic figure in TV for Black history, and as a gay African-American filmmaker, his work in TV is seen as a catalyst for equality. That was the 4th installment of Marlon Riggs' film series, and was a timely screening in light of Black History Month.
And it's no secret people come to the UI with different religions, cultures, and values, but the UI student government wants campus to embrace that diversity a little more. The Get to Know Me campaign, as it's called, isn't a new program, but they're putting more focus on it this year. It comes with 9 different challenges to try new cultures, and this semester UISG is launching the Get to Know Us campaign. It's a new part of the program, and it pairs Greek life with multicultural groups.
We plan like a social together and a philanthropic event, and then just some more get-to-know-you activities to really build those relationships that lead to lasting and sustainable friendships.
And still on the way, blood donations down at the UI. The details are next.
And a lot of basketball for the Hawkeyes ahead this weekend. Our daily Iowan TV sports team is standing by to break it down.
And it warmed up a bit today, but will the brief change in temps stick around for next week? We've got your weekend weather lined up, but first, a message from the School of Journalism.
Iowa SJMC.
Want a major that'll take you somewhere?
I joined, and now I make videos for the university. I joined, and now I work for the most trusted news source in America. SJMC.
Hey, welcome back to the weather studio. Only one more day to the weekend, and I'm here to bring you good news. The weather is looking up. Don't break out the swimsuits yet, but a light jacket might be in order. Tomorrow will be the coldest day with 12 degrees in the morning, rising to a high of 17 degrees in the afternoon. We end Friday with temperatures at 13 degrees. This weekend will be pleasant with a chance of snow showers on Saturday and a high of 25 degrees. Sunday will be a bit nicer with a high of 27 degrees and no precipitation. The rest of the week is looking exceptionally nice as long as we get through Monday. A high of 38 degrees and an 80% chance of ice pellets are what to expect. We end the week with a beautiful 44 degrees. That's all the weather we have for you tonight. Have a safe and warm weekend. Back to you guys at the desk.
Big weekend coming up in Hawkeye sports, Reid.
Right, Muriel. There's a lot of excitement going down in the basketball court here for the Hawkeyes, and I can't wait to hear what Daily Iowan TV's Kevin Glick and Taylor Axelson have been cooking up for us in the sports studio. Guys?
Thanks, Reid. A wild weekend on tap for both the men's and women's basketball teams. Alongside Miss Taylor Axelson, I'm Kevin Glick, ready to break it all down.
Hoops is the talk of the town in Iowa City, Iowa, with both Bluter and McCaffery squads firing on all cylinders with March in the back of Nation's mind.
Huge win on Monday night for Lisa Bluter and company, number 270 for her in her career, and we'll get to that just a bit. But we first start off with the men's squad coming off their biggest win to date, a destruction of previously 10th ranked Michigan.
A pesky Penn State program is the opponent this weekend. Daily Iowan TV Sports, Jalen Sochek has the preview.
A full week will have passed by the time Iowa takes the court at Penn State Saturday. The Hawks' longest break in action since Christmas. That means a full week they have to break down film, practice, and most importantly, to rest. Something Iowa has rightfully deserved after coming off their biggest win of the season over Big Ten leader Michigan. A game where head coach Fran McCaffery thinks they were playing at their absolute best of the season.
You know, I think if you look at how well we played it, excuse me, at both ends,
This time the Hawks will face off against a team that sits at the bottom of the Big Ten standings. The Nittany Lions are a team with only 3 conference wins and 8 losses, and 0-4 in AP Top 25 games. But senior Devin Marble doesn't look at that as an easy matchup for his Hawkeyes.
This didn't mean nothing to me. Like, this is just another win, and it's a bigger picture. This is just another step. So it's a good win for now, but as soon as the clock hit 0, I was tuned into what we needed to do to get a W next week at Penn State, who's playing pretty well in my opinion. I know they struggled at Michigan State, but they got 2 good guards in Newbill and Frazier that are really hard to contain and can really do a lot of different things to hurt you. So they present a different challenge to us that we faced all season. So this was a good win, yes. Like I said, I'm happy. I'm sorry I'm not smiling, but we're not satisfied.
Iowa and Penn State will tip off at noon Saturday inside the Bryce Jordan Center. This is Jalen Sochek, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Iowa women's basketball team on the tail end of its 3-game stretch in 7 days.
Yeah, Bluter's bunch flying high, though, after those back-to-back historic wins. First last Thursday against number 9 Penn State, and of course on Monday, where Lisa Bluter rewrote the Iowa record books, becoming the winningest coach in program history with their squad's 90-84 win over Northwestern.
The surging Hawks with complete focus on the task at hand. However, Daily Iowan TV Sports has the weekend preview in 3, 2, 1.
The number 270 is the talk around town in Iowa City. This past Monday night, Iowa head coach Lisa Bluter made Iowa history with a historic win of 90-84 against Northwestern. Now what's on the Hawks' mind? 271, and they will be back into action Thursday night against Illinois and again this weekend. Illinois has lost their past 5 games in a row, 4 of which have been double digits. Illini's team is now looking to turn around the season this Thursday. After all the fanfare of Monday night's win, Coach Bluter and team are focused on the task at hand, and that is the next 2 games this week.
We did what it takes to win, and that's the most important thing. We got this week off, this very important week, off to a good start.
After winning 5 out of their last 6 conference games, Hawks still find themselves on the fringe of a conference title race. Sam Logic, reigning player of the week, looks to continue her hot streak after averaging a near triple-double her last 2 games. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock at Carver Hawkeye Arena, and the team will be on the road against Purdue Sunday to finish up their week. Erin Faust, Daily Iowan, TV Sports.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have on the program this evening, but check back with us on Sunday night for our weekly Courtside Show.
And catch all the sports action happening from over the weekend. But for now, Reid, Muriel, it's back to you guys at the desk right after this.
We're bigger, we're deeper, and we're more experienced than we've ever been.
Here's White, ducks it through. Evans gets the step on the drive, score it, and a foul. With the play made to Aaron White.
Just as recent temperatures have taken a plunge, so has the toll on blood collections. The number of blood collections in the Midwest, including Iowa, has been significantly lower than in previous years, and weather may be to blame. Numerous drives at City High School have been canceled due to school delays and early dismissals from the sub-zero weather. The 2013-2014 has been the 9th coldest Iowa winter in 121 years. As a result, hospitals across the Midwest have been in urgent need of donations.
And now for a look at what's happening beyond Iowa. 2 giants becoming one. Comcast Corporation will soon own Time Warner under a deal that would combine the nation's top 2 cable companies. Originally, Time Warner was to be purchased by Charter Communications for $38 billion, but Comcast purchased Time Warner for about $45.2 billion, all in stock, causing Time Warner's stock to skyrocket from $135 per share to almost $160 per share. If approved by the Federal Trade Commission, the 2 companies combined would result in roughly 30 million subscribers in creating and delivering broadcast entertainment.
Chicago is facing a duel, and I'm not talking the Cubs versus the Sox. The contest to host President Obama's presidential library has Chicago, the president's hometown, in a standoff. Neighborhoods within Chicago are outbidding each other for the location. No fewer than 6 bids have been placed. However, the main point of tension lies between the University of Chicago, where Obama spent 12 years as a law professor until the 2004 elections, and a group advocating for Bronzeville, Chicago's historic center for African American culture, business, and politics. Mayor Rahm Emanuel, Obama's former chief of staff, is working hard to keep the bid out of the hands of Hawaii and New York.
And a gas line explosion sent havoc through southern Kentucky today. The line burst around 1 a.m., sending 2 people to the hospital and destroyed nearby homes. 20 homes were evacuated, and all that's left is a 60-foot round crater. Officials say the fire is now under control. Well, that's all we have for you tonight, but be sure to catch Friday's edition of the Daily Iowan.
A record amount of water main breaks have occurred in Iowa City this winter. Read about the growing problem.
And see how Iowa City students stack up, a comparison of local advanced placement scores to the rest of the nation. Thanks for tuning in this evening. We'll be back at the same time on Sunday, or you can catch us anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Have a great night.
Iowa SJMC.
Want a major that'll take you somewhere?